Finding ways to turn 1 to 10, 10 to 100. It wasn't about just being kosher with making a few dollars. We really wanted to make some real money in this game.
Money is an American record label founded by two brothers, Brian Birdman Williams and Ronald Slim Williams. The label is distributed by Republic, which used to be Universal Republic.
I am the sister of Brian Baby Williams, Ronald Williams. We grew up on Saratoga Street, and we lived on top of Gladys Bar, which was my mother's bar.
The Williams' father, Johnny, owned several businesses. One of them was Gladys Bar, which was named after their mother.
You don't even know Slim in the building, but he be thinking. He always thinking.
He always thinking, you know. You know, he like to be behind the scene, you know, but he putting stuff together, you know.
Slim kind of stayed under Mr. Johnny a lot. That's why he got that wisdom. Slim don't say too much.
Slim was on the quiet side.
Johnny taught him to be the business and run the business.
I always respected my brother as my big brother. And we always just held each other down. Always.
We had probably 10, 15 cars we didn't even know, houses, everything.
I could recall him having a fascination with cars in his early teens. By the time he was 16, he had 7 cars.
And that's when I knew Baby was different.
They were just parked on the streets, like around the corners.
Cadillac Cimarron, a Mustang, a Suzuki Samurai.
He had the Audi with the white interior.
Impalas. Like the two-door, the 2-door and the 4-door.
A Buick LeSabre, a Lincoln Town Car.
The Taurus with the white interior.
He bought a Taurus and he bought a Taurus station wagon, and he put them loud colors on it again with white interior. And I knew then, I said, Baby is different from all of us.
Growing up in the projects, I was infatuated with money, jewelry, cars, power, something we never had. 12th grade year, I decided to go to school uptown, so I went to Fauché. You know, I was playing ball and we was balling at the same time. But when I got kicked off the team, streets was the life.
Baby the type of dude to be running all day. Next time you hear from Baby, it might be 1 o'clock that night, and he gonna ask you, do you wanna go to the club? Then if he ain't go to the club, he's gonna tell you to come by his house, y'all will play some kind of game or something. You gonna smoke some weed, you gonna drink some drinks, and that's it. They're gonna start all over in the morning or something. Baby was the first dude I ever seen on earth wear 2 watches. I ain't never seen nobody in my life. When we was come up, when he had 2 Rolexes on, I thought this dude had went crazy.
6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh Adidas squeak across the bathroom floor.
They got in trouble and they went to jail. I'm a mother. Mothers are different from fathers. So I wanted to get them out of jail. Johnny said no. No. They do wrong, we taught them different. They're gonna stay in jail, we're not getting them out.
Being in jail made me realize this ain't where I want to be. This ain't how I'm gonna live. I learned all the tricks of the trade at a young age. Being in jail, I learned a lot. So when I do get on the block, be smarter, wiser, do shit my way.
It was a lesson that the brothers would take to heart. Growing up in their father's bar, they became huge music fans. The New Orleans brand of hip-hop called Bounce gained traction in the early 1990s, and in 1991, Baby and Slim became determined, as Baby put it, to start a label and do something different. With influence from the Death Row Records logo, Baby created and did a hand-drawn idea of what the Cash Money Records logo would become. The label had released one album, The Sleepwalker, by 15-year-old rapper Robert Kilo G. Johnson.
For 12 years I've been sentenced to live in hell with no probation and motherfuck bail. The man wants me dead cause I told him what the motherfucking truth was. Suck a nigga's dick and get them cameras out my face cuz.
Then they went after Mikhail Lil Slim Pettis, a bounce artist who was already a big draw in area nightclubs. It was during this time that Cash Money Records landed perhaps their most valuable asset, in-house producer Mannie Fresh. The label began to expand its roster by adding acts like Pimp Daddy, Mr. Ivan, Miss T, Magnolia Shorty. Birdman himself was called B32, and two groups, PMW Projects Most Wanted and UNLV Uptown Niggas Living Violent.
Another one folks been asking me about, one of the, we call it the original class of Cash Money, was Kilo G. What can you speak about with Kilo G and any Kilo G stories you got for us?
Kilo was Cash Money's very first artist. And a story that every time I think of this dude, man, I miss him dearly, rest in peace, Kilo G. I always think about when we first got to Cash Money, and he was the first artist on the label, and he was the first, we met him and whatever. And Kilo would always have these stories for us. I would actually initiate and ask him about them.
Right.
I'll be like, damn, dog, what is like, being on the road, hearing yourself on the radio, doing this, doing that. He always tell me, man, it's fun, bro. You have a lot of fun and this and that. You know what I'm saying? He was real young, so he never spoke upon the business and how the business aspect of it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I can remember he always telling me about how much fun he used to have, and and shit like that, bro. And everything he said was real. It was true.
That's what's up. Yeah, man. He, I did my own little mini documentary on Cash Money, and he with him being the first artist, I did some, I think his first album was called like The Sleepwalkers or something like that, or it might have been The Sleepwalker. Yep. So yeah, I got to listen to some of that. He was one of the, to me, like you said with Pimp Daddy, he was one of the first ones to drop bars over bounce music.
He was serious, dog. He was way before his time.
Facts.
Bro. I mean, he wasn't really accepted in New Orleans because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because of his lyrical skills and content. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing no bounce at all.
Right.
So, back then, New Orleans, we was creating a sound. You know what I'm saying? New Orleans bounce was coming up. And he wasn't really doing that. So, but he had other fans in different states that really loved him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I became a fan. Unfortunately, it was a little too late. I became a fan because I like the New Orleans bounce, but that was different for that time, and he had some bars too. So I respected his flow for real. So he was another one that was gone too soon. He was gunned down at his home in '97. What can you speak about Kilo G's death? And then was he gonna be a part of the Cash Money? We'll call that the bling era.
He really wasn't going to be a part. I mean, he probably would have still been signed or whatever, but he wouldn't have went on that level as the bling. With the bling and stuff. We wasn't about that. We was rapping street.
Right.
He was going to definitely be a part of 226. You know what I'm saying? But not to get off Kilo and give him his flowers and because The man was a genius, like I say. I just wanted to mention and fall back to Pimp Daddy.
Okay.
I also wanted to let everybody know that Pimp Daddy have a son that's a DJ now. He do a little rapping, but he's a DJ, and he's also the legendary Cheeky Black son. That's her son. You know, Pimp Daddy had a child with Cheeky Black, and now his son is a nice little DJ doing his thing.
Okay.
And shouts out to him. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, but he said even, you know, fall back to Kilo. Now, when Kilo came out with that Bloody City album, New Orleans was a little more ready for him then.
Right.
You know, and they accepted him. But, you know what I mean, unfortunately, he passed right after that album.
Right, yeah, that was the second album. That's when he really started to take off. And dude was still a kid though, because when you think about it back then, you know, to put it into perspective now, you know, I'm gonna be 39 this year, and it's like, wow, man, those guys were kids. You know what I'm saying? They were youngsters, man.
For real.